Vega a lot in the past, so it's expected that we are going to meet them as soon as possible.
The hype is real. It is gonna get started right here with the ultimate showdown.
So yes, ladies behind me, the Amazon Arena is ready. The crowd is ready. So let's hand it over to the studio for the first match of the day. This is Team Vitality going up against Team Falcons Vega. Over to you at the studio.
It's all yours.
The Amazon Arena thunders with the sound of "Let's Go Falcons," and Falcons Vega has said that the cheers of the crowd gives them so much motivation, and they will need all of that as they go up against the longtime queens of MLBB female scene. It's Team Vitality, and I'm getting goosebumps. The adrenaline is coursing through me right now.
Now the question is, how often is Team Vitality the underdogs when it comes to hometown advantage? The home court obviously belongs to Team Falcons Vega now, and you see in the face of the mother of tanks, Vivian's like, she's smiling, but you see, it's like, wait. This crowd is it's against us.
Yeah. For the first time in a long time, Vitality feels a crowd that is strongly not on their side. Midnight, you've had your fair share of experience being on the stage with players as part of the coaching staff. How much value does it give for the players knowing that there is a crowd, a massive crowd, siding with them?
Oh, it gives off like great energy. Like if you're a Falcons Vega, you'd be on a cloud nine right now. No pun intended. But like, it brings a different feeling whenever you're like playing with a lot of energy, and when the crowd supports you, it allows you to be very, very active and also in a good mood. And with a player playing with a good mood, like you're playing on a good day, you might just be able to like play your best.
Let's talk about the other side of the coin. It's no secret that you are no stranger to adversity. What if the crowd is against you? What kind of energy do you use? How do you use that?
Oh, I mean, I would say like it would be like the coach's responsibility to turn that energy into something positive. Because like most of the time, when the players don't have supporters in the crowd, or if they feel like the crowd is against them, you feel the jitters, you feel the nerves coming in. And some players do like enjoy that kind of environment. So it really is up to the team and its coaching staff, or like any person on that team to sort of like rally that energy for everyone, every player.
There's a lot on the shoulders of Susugaja and Dewa.
Yeah, and there's a lot of other factors that Team Vitality has to take into account for against your Falcons Vega, because it's final for this game number 1. Maybe we don't know if there will be a mid-series switch, but it'll be Maylane in the jungle and Funi in the mid. For the longest time, Team Vitality is used to going up against Caramel and Agatha.
That's right.
So, Leo, this is the point that you wanted to raise up and talk a little bit more later on. What effect do you think this has against Team Vitality?
Oh, I think it's the shake-up that really will change things. Again, we're expecting surprises, and they should come in the form of, again, initially, a lineup switch. It's no secret that in the past 6 to 9 months, maybe they are used to fighting against Agatha and Caramel, but now it's Maylane. Hey, Midnight! Maylane.
Yep, Maylane, this is the lineup that I expected will play against Vitality. For one, this is the strongest version of the squad. I think they really are more comfortable with playing, this variation of the Falcons Vega composition, because it really is like specifically adjusted to the meta.
Yeah, and again, checking it out. First game here, Falcons Vega on the play, 60% win rate on blue this time around in the meta. So far in MWI.
Let's see if that's going to get retained, as Angela, Baksha, and Claude are their first bans on that side, while Vitality will be taken away. Valentina Harith. What could be the last ban in here? Okay, it's a Minotaur. First pickables for Falcons Vega Midnight.
Maybe something like a Terizla, or go straight away for the Assassin. Roger kind of fell off from the first pick, especially during because like we scrim a lot. So most teams would prefer the Roger on like the second or third pick now, because they really want to set up for the the meta heroes first.
We didn't notice.
It's a surprise. Like Chip is still played, but I don't know if this is something that Vitality were prepared against, specifically after they saw the Minnow ban. I think Falcons Vega were just like, all right, there's no Minnow, there's not a lot of punish, there's no Valentine as well. So I think that chip pick does make sense, but there goes Terizla.
Yeah, it's a blitz draft right now, a la Echo. Terizla and the Roger, so you get that in the second or third pick style for Roger as a response. You get the Terizla to play it safe in your EXP lane. Vega here. Oh, they're gonna go with full-on macro presence and magic damage.
They are folding the map in half, but they have no cores just yet. No gold laner, no jungler. Good news is, though, they're all still open, right? The Hayabusa is still out there. Ling is still out there. Gold laners, they took away Chain Chow's Harith, but you still have a carry. You still have Moskov. Nathan slowly rising up again. Rising up.
This is also why I like this version of this lineup. Like they're not stuck with the Falcons Vega special of Edith and Vexana, because like I know Agatha's an amazing Vexana player, but with this composition they're able to like flex around. And with the current meta right now, like the draft, especially with first phase, you need to be able to like flex on your picks. But it doesn't really it doesn't really mean that Falcons Vega is flexing something, but I say flex in a sense that they're now able to utilize more different strategies for Falcons Vega.
It's a flex in strategy, not in role.
Yeah.
They can do many different things, especially when you can do what a Loyi and a Chip does in the same lineup. The last time I saw this, it was disgusting. Was it not that game in the regular season in MPL Philippines Season 13?
Yeah.
It was Echo then. They had a Loyi and a Chip. That was gross.
Yeah, and then they paired that up with a Yuzong on the EXP lane too. So maybe, who knows? Or they're going to go down that route of, hey, that is going to be the Edith in the EXP lane later on.
Just as bad, I think.
And Tigreal ended up getting picked here. It's like the response to, okay, you know where they're going to be coming out of. You know they're going to be clumped up. So at least you have that Tigreal with you to go in with the implosion counter set. Now, second phase of bans usually in your mindset here. What are you looking more for of? Taking away the power picks or taking away the comfort picks?
I would say looking into like the lineup of Vitality, Falcons Vega should be worried about like counter sets, specifically the Faramis that could come out from the Mage. But also like if you want to target the the comfort picks, now that the jungler is still yet to be picked up for Vitality, I think you really need to like look in or have an insight as to what they might play in the jungle role. Now that the Hayabusa and Ling is out, Mages should be next, I think.
Yeah.
There's still a few stragglers like the Nolan.
Yeah.
Still out there.
Yeah, they need that -1 burst.
Maybe something like a Navaria ban too from Falcons Vega.
Yeah, I do
yeah.
think that Vival will be playing the Roger. I think that's a clear go.
Yeah, and I agree with the Novaria ban here to take it out. Ooh, okay, so yeah, they take away the... Wait, why they take away the X-Board?
Export jungle, I think.
For the X-Board jungle? Interesting choice by Vitality.
Yeah, I think Falcons Vega has, they have a lot of like deep pocket strategies behind, especially this lineup. They have a lot of, again, as I've mentioned earlier, they have a lot of different heroes on their pocket, and I feel like they're just making sure that this Terizla and this Tigreal would have a very good game.
Jushin's still open.
All right. She hasn't shown up yet, so will it be a Jushin? Will it be a Novaria for Vitality? Both of them, I feel like, can fit in really well. I could imagine it would not be fun getting tossed back by a Jushin than getting knocked back by a Terizla.
But the first three from Falcons Vega don't really inspire much for the Jushin. Like, it's tough.
Yeah, you think it's going to be tough for her?
That's three heroes that can help jump you.
That's true.
That'll overload your zoning.
Yeah, and you're a little bit vulnerable to just getting rotation dispersion by the low EA. What are you thinking right now?
Still thinking about a Faramis or Navaria. You flex this Roger up until the last pick. Oh! Never mind.
How you feel? They decided to go for damage instead.
Well, the thing about Kag is that she's nice in a way that you cannot set as Chip and Edith. But there is like overwhelming amounts of damage from the side of Falcons Vega. I'm not really like, with the Kag pick 100%, but it could work.
The Kag is the straightest line from A to B. Like if you have a good setup and you have cleanup like Roger, just put it out there,
Yeah.
They don't need to be clumped up like a Faramis, and there's no slow roll with the Novaria, although you do get a lot of vision. I think the Kag is like a sweet spot.
Okay, so Falcons Vega last pick. They need their gold laner. They need lockdown. Do they need shred? Will a carry be good?
Yeah, carry's gonna be good against Roger and Terizla. even though like you would have preferred either Roger or Harith or Jin Xiao. That's her best. But they go for the Ixia. Huh.
Wow.
Against Terizla Tig.
Yeah.
Not so sure if there's enough of a front line and a clean set for that Ixia to work here.
Yeah.
I'm skittish.
It might be difficult for the Ixia to find the right position here. Let's see. And it's the carry that actually goes to Vitality. Real quick, Leo, what do you like about the draft of Falcons Vega?
Falcons Vega, they can fold the map in half. That's one thing. They own the macro.
Okay, they own the macro. What about you, Midnight? What do you like about Vitality's draft?
There's a good chance that they snowball out of the Mardis and chip combo, but if not, then the normal marksman might just be able to make it work for Vitality.
The conditions have been set, and this is how we go. Falcons Vega will want to play the map. Vitality would like to play the fight. A storied rivalry. Will it be V for victory or victory for Vega? Let's go to our casters.
Thank you so much, Renmar. We're here on the final day of MWI, the first of 3 matches. My name's Trex. Joined with me today is Mirko.
Hey.
On the desk. We're going to be taking you into the land of Dawn. Now, I couldn't have said it better myself. Vitality versus Team Falcons Vega. This is the grudge match of MWI right here. This is the grudge match of the decade between women's teams. And it's always been one-sided to Vitality, but this time there's a lot of people with feelings in their heart that Vega might be able to pull it off. The drafts do not disappoint. We got some spice in there. We got some interesting plays. For me personally, Team Falcons Vega, they have this Mardis. They can play for some early game aggression, especially at the level 4 spike with the Lu Yi, with the chip. They can get some movement down. But Team Vitality have a nice little pocket strat going on here. A lot of possibilities as well.
It's an age-old matchup. Fumieko going to be caught in the onward and the Earth Shatter. Good jump back as Fumieko flickers to safety. Vivian going to be caught in the midst of it all. Violet doing some damage together with Tal. Crash course with the stun. Vivian still able to dash out to safety. But they will be able to utilize the advantage here. Just invading a bit, getting a little bit of that lead that they need to look for that snowball.
Most definitely. You know, we talked about mid. Something I want to focus on a little bit and ask you about this gold lane matchup. Shell versus Jinsha. We have not seen the Ixia. I think, was this a debut pick for it? I'm pretty sure for MWI.
We saw Shanoa just
played it and got the Savage on it. So how do we feel? I like the poke. I like to be able to at least deal with Shell in the laning phase. But as the game goes on, you know, the carry might start to outscale a little bit.
I don't know about that. I mean, I feel, yes. I mean, if you can get some of these members locked down damage-wise, especially single target, Chell will be able to win that out. But Ixia in this lane alone, Ixia is always a lane bully. Even up against lane bullies, she's the one to bully the lane bully. She is the
bully.
She is the boogeyman to other boogeymen, right?
Okay.
In the gold lane. And it's really all because of the range and that crazy sustain that you get after every 3rd hit. And you can utilize your abilities too to get that passive. So Carrie, more of a non-laner at this point. She's really just trying to survive the lane, get to the item power spikes, and then help out later by shredding a few of these frontliners. Seems now Vivian getting caught. Idiot reaction, still getting the shove down. Purify going to be used up by Tal. She pops in the crash course. Fumieko getting level 4. Violet already level 4. Hovering over the turtle, but take a look at those resources. Very low health bars on Team Falcons Vega.
Yeah, and I see Fumieko sitting with that penalty zone ready to go. It's got that green dot, and everyone's at about half health. And that's exactly what Vival wants. It's like, get the penalty zone in. I come in with the Lycan Pounces, but wait, Echo in a little bit of trouble.
Earth Shatter together with the Crash Course, really just trying to zone Fumieko away and deplete her of some of the resources that you would usually get in the XP. Another Crash Course by Tal. Fumieko trying to punish this penalty zone, locking 2 members down. The throw kick is placed down, but it's all in the midst of it. Oh, good implosion, catching them. Zinni able to use a yin-yang overturn. Vival just executing them in the back. Now, in that notorious gun form on the Roger. Just trying to poke a little bit. Violet and Funi forced back 2-0 start.
I like the respect there from Team Vitality. They don't overcommit onto the turtle. They get their 2 kills. But they also know that Funi's still a threat. One big duality proc and things could look dangerous. Team Falcons Vega approached that fight right. I think the goal is to keep Fumieko away because, as I said, a bad penalty zone could be game-changing. Look at the fans for Team Falcons Vega out there. They seem to always show up for the Falcons. Doesn't matter what game you're playing, doesn't matter what you're doing, they show up for the org. And right now, they got some support in the building.
Shout out to, what do we call them, the Falcons? The Falcons in the building.
The nest.
The nest.
Welcome to the nest, baby.
Welcome to the bird's nest, the falcon's nest. Good trades going on now. Team Vitality utilizing pressure that they've already built up. Prio Melee taking 2 shots of the turret in the bottom side of the map. And it seems they won't be able to get anything off of that. Vitality pick up all of the advantages around the map.
I'm wondering if they should have maybe gone for the gold plating there. They decide to back off though, get back, play the whole map. Turtle's going to be up in about 96 seconds, so just taking a look at the items real quick. Like I said, I really want to focus on gold lanes here. I think it's going to be huge for both of these teams. 2.7, 3K, nothing major, both taking a similar route. We lock in the Corrosion Scythe. Down in the mid side, Cine up against Funi as well. Nothing too major, nothing too different about these builds at all. Roger holding, though, about a 500 gold lead over Maylane right now, and Maylane needs to find a point where she's going to start scaling. Windtalker just gets locked in, so we're going to start seeing a little bit of a pickup of pace from Vival here.
I love the build coming in from Vival here on the Roger.
Different than usual, right?
Yep.
No, not War Axe.
Not
a lot of time when we
Skypiercer.
see the jungle, we see the War Axe first. This time they go for the Windtalker.
Exactly. Usually War Axe, Skypiercer, those are the 2 items you want to go for, but at this point she's just playing for the mobility. She knows that Team Falcons Vega have a lot of lockdown, and the mobility will definitely help her getting out of these crazy situations. Shell pops into ultimate. Maylane gets zoned away just because of that. Dashing forward. Talking to be caught in the yin-yang overturn. Forced to use the Purify. And just like that, again, Vitality are reacting to the moves of Falcons Vega, but they're winning out in these maneuvers around the map.
Yeah, they continue. It seems like Team Falcons Vega, after taking that those 2 deaths earlier, they know the gold lead's a little out of hands. They don't want to really have a big fight right now, especially with Vivian holding the front side. You have someone that can really kind of change the course of a battle instantly, and they don't really have some. Yes, they have the crash course.
Whoa.
That isn't going to be game changing, but hold up on top. Fumi Echo still just gets away.
Oh, and Fumi Echo wants to fight, goes in against 3 members. Gets caught in the Earth Shadow and the onward here. There's a lot of damage coming down. Penalty zone. Fumi Echo against the world.
Stop.
One more. Wait City comes in with the yin-yang overturn. And it is going to be a win for Team Vitality. Not only do they get a win up top, they get a turret down below.
How does that happen? How does that happen?
In the words of Chell, they're just better.
They're just better right now. It's game 1 and Team Vitality showing dominance, 4-1, 2.5K gold lead. I mean, Team Falcons Vega tried to make the play. They're the one who initiated that, man. They wanted to fight. They brought out the gloves first. They called out Fumi Echo on her own turf and fall short for it. They lose, what, 3 there? 2 there?
Yeah, they lose technically
2.
3 with a turret, right? 2 members and a turret.
At this point, they need everything. Turret counts as a hero.
Absolutely. And they only get Terizla, and that's a trade that Vitality are definitely very, very happy about. And this is why we were having conversations behind the scenes, while the analysts were doing their thing about this matchup. And this is an age-old matchup. One that only, in 32 meetings, Falcons Vega have only been able to win once. Fumi Echo able to clear out the way. Chinchao not going to go for the turret just yet. Fumi finally decimated in the bottom lane by the Martis. But Chinchao's the one picks up the kill. And finally, they get something on the board. But it's also something traded back.
Yeah, now as the gold starts to grow in change, Vival goes for the Sea Halberd first. A very different build. And I think this could be due to how ahead they are. I don't need the War Axe. I don't need sustainability because I ain't going to die. I don't got to worry about that. We're going damage. We're going pen. We're just trying to lock down on you guys. So it's definitely an interesting build, but it's definitely going to kind of change the way that Vival wants to fight in this. And I think it's going to be comfortable for Vival. They're a fast-moving team. They want to be aggressive, but it's more of like a jump in, hit something, get out. Jump in, hit something, get out. And they're making it work very well. Team Falcons Vega, when I was looking at the items, another thing to point out is Shell is starting to escape as well with that gold lead. Chinchao falling behind a bit.
It's so different to see. I mean, isn't it weird to see such a dominant force in the gold lane throughout MWI? Chinchao finally losing out in lane, and it's on a lane bully too. Chao's just been able to outsmart her. Waiting in the bushes, gap closing really, really well, and then using the ultimate to really force those flickers out. So Chinchao hasn't been able to get a good time in lane, and now you can definitely see it already because Chell, she's reached her power spike first. Level 10 to level 9 too. Now level 11 to level 9. Finally gets that level 10, so it's not that big of a difference, but you can already see Vitality hovering over the first floor.
I mean, at this point, Lords definitely, I would say, in the favorite of Team Vitality. I think one of the things that Team Falcons Vega's got going for them is the surprise effect, right? They have the chip, they have Funi on this Lu Yi, had a bit of a mind blank there. So they have that possibility, but it's like, do they really want to take that now? It's a 4K gold lead, and they don't have a big... I think if they had something like the Riz, something that could really catch them off guard, Violet can lock some people down, but as long as Team Vitality stays split up, it's just one member, and you're an easy target for Cine if you mess that up. You're an easy target for Shell if you mess that up. So I like the way that Falcons Vega is approaching this. They're going for some bot lane pressure. Even if they lose this Lord, they want to get something on the map out of it. So they're able to take this tower down on the top, the tier 2, down in the bottom lane, tier 2, which is going to be huge. Team Vitality now having to send someone over. So I think this could really be the correct approach for this Lord. If Team Vitality doesn't want to rush it, then Team Falcons Vega is going to play the map game.
This is something, a development that we've seen from Falcons Vega. Crash course over to Fumi Echo, but it's just a 2-res line. I don't think they want to go for the all-in there. Vivian, though. Already with the conceal, saw that melee and used the Mortal Coil, trying to go for it, but will not be able to. Back again, Falcons Vega, they have shown throughout MWI again that they've kind of fixed their mistakes. In the past, they were very, very vulnerable to late game decision making, to the discipline as well. They fall flat usually there, where they make up for it with insane early game. But in MWI, they've actually been able to adjust a lot of times. I think it was yesterday that they went for the split push instead of going for all team fights, and they ultimately were able to win the game with Chin Chao split pushing into mid lane with a Harith.
Now, I think we've seen a lot of variety from Team Falcon. Not as much as... So Team Vitality showed a lot of variety in terms of hero pool. Showed a lot of variety in terms of playstyle. We've seen them be aggressive in early game. We've also seen them get pushed to late games and still be able to pull through. So we know that Team Falcons Vega have that will to win in them, even when they're pushed against the wall. Down in the items, though, looks like we're going to be going into a Holy Crystal next right after the Lightning Trunch, just straight to it. And this is what happens when you have that lead, right? You build aggressively, man.